Welcome to my first ever screen recorded lesson. My name is Jason Frost, and the purpose of this lesson is to introduce you to some of the basic tools within Photoshop. We'll take a look at using the adjustment layer in order to create a black and white image, and we'll be using the rubber tool. So the idea of this lesson then is to create a black and white image and pull the colour through in a part of the image. So you'll have seen this technique used before, perhaps with maybe a yellow New York taxi cab or a red London bus, set against a black and white background. Now in this case, I'm going to use a beautiful red Volkswagen Beetle that I've downloaded from Pexels. However, you can use any image you like. So here we are on the front page of Photoshop, and if you downloaded an image, we'll go to Open and we'll bring the image into Photoshop. So there it is, my beautiful red Volkswagen Beetle. And here it is in all its glory in Photoshop. So the first thing we need to do is to create another layer, duplicate the layer there. So here's the background layer. We're going to right click, duplicate the background layer. As you can see, we now have two layers, so two copies of the same image. Make sure the top layer is highlighted and then go to Image, Adjustments, and black and white. And what you can see, we can see we've now turned the top image to a black and white image. If you just click the top image off, you can see full colour image below it. So quite simply, all we're going to do is rub out part of this top image, and then it will reveal the colour from the image below. So if we come over to here to the eraser tool, which the eraser tool is highlighted, you'll see that when you click the eraser tool, you get a handful of options up here. One of them here is the size of the eraser itself, so I'm going to take it up quite large so I can cover as much of the car as possible. And then we're going to start rubbing out the top image, and what you can see is it reveals the colour image below. Now try and keep this as neat and as tidy as possible, and what I'm going to do in a moment is go back into the brush tool and reduce the size so I can get the edges quite neat. What you don't want to happen is you really don't want your brush to come off, because what you find then, as we can see there, is you start to highlight other areas of the image. So just roughly get it as near as we can. And then I'm going to go back to the brush tool up here, reduce the size of the brush, and then I'm going to zoom in, Command plus on a Mac, and then start to tidy the edges up. Now get as, like I say, as close and as neat as you possibly can. You'll probably be able to do this much better than me, because I'm already going into the road. There are other ways to do this. You could create a mask. However, this, certainly for a beginner, is by far the easiest way. So take some of this here. You see I've just gone over again there. And there we go. A little bit here. If we zoom out, as you can see, we now have our red Volkswagen Beetle set against the black and white background. Obviously, like I say, take a little bit more time and do it a little bit neater than I have, but there it is. I hope you've enjoyed the lesson and hopefully learned some new skills, and I look forward to seeing you next time.